Morning guys, so look, here's the PAZ1. We've got it mounted on the trolley now. So it sits on there all right, we've got it bolted down. I have to touch up some of that red paint. Scuffed it when I put the engine on, but that's no big deal. We can move it around a lot easier now. Today's job is going to clean the block up as much as I can. It's all a bit gunged up. It's not too bad. I did give it an initial pressure washing, degreasing. Down in the sump you can't really see, but I did drain the oil out, but it's got some really thick black gunge in there. So we're going to use the old paraffin gun and get that all cleaned out. The sump's at this end, so I can just catch all the stuff as it comes out. But we're just going to have to try and give it a good clean as best we can. I've taken the oil pipes off, or most of them. I didn't take that one off because it's a bit awkward to get at. The back of the flywheel. I'm leaving the flywheel on. And I don't think I should stir that up. It's been on there for so long. I think I'll leave that alone. It's not really going to be benefiting me by taking it off, really. So yeah, that's today's job. So we'll get cracking on that one. We're going to use, I've got this little tool here, so we can use that to clean off. I've also got a couple of other different attachments I can put on there. So we'll just get much of the crud off as we can. I'll come back and see you in a bit. Over and out for now. A bit of a tip. Is seal over your oil ways, the outlets. I've sealed them over. Those are little things you get on the diesel fuel filters. So noisy this road. So yeah, that's what I do. I'll put a bit of tape around that as well. But we're going to give it a good flush out anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. We'll get cracking now. Well, we've just killed this. Look at that, it's caught bloody fire. It was a bit cheap and cheerful. It was doing quite a good job for a while. I got most of it off. Only cost 15 quid and I have used it quite a bit. It did get a bit hot, I must admit, and I was a bit overzealous. So there you go, it's caught fire. It's done a few good jobs for it, it's paid for itself. But now I think that's consigned to the bin. We'll have to get the other one out. I'm not going to paint the flywheel probably anyway, because that's hidden. But we'll just get the rest of it off now. Go and get the other tool out. Alright, cheers guys. Hi guys, so yeah, we've given it a good old clean as best we can. Oh, let me just turn the radio off. Should have turned the radio off. But yeah, it's come up pretty well actually. It's not going to be like a total strip down, so it's not going to be like a concourse engine as they say. But I've done as much as I can. I've got as much loose paint and grime off it as I can. With my torch, you can see down into the sump now. Let's move the con rod out the way. Now that you can see the little filter in there, let's see if you can see it better through here. Let's move the flywheel up. There it is. You can see the mesh gauze filter. So this system, it doesn't use a full pressure system. It's got like a pump. You can just see the pump. Can you see the pump? It's a bit difficult to see. Well, there's a pump in there that runs off the camshaft, and it's got a strainer there. It's a bit difficult to see. You can just see the strainer, that bronze-looking strainer, brass-looking strainer. That sucks the oil up and pumps it to that's where the injector pump goes. So it kind of lubricates the camshaft and the injector pump, which has got like a little plunger system. Then it pumps oil to the main bearings, but it's not a full flow oil system, so you shouldn't really use multi-grades on this. They rely on the crud sitting in the sump, so all the gunge sits in the sump, and as if if you use a multi-grade, it keeps the dirt in suspension, and then the filter, and it passes through the filter and the filter traps it. But obviously we don't have that kind of system here, so the nasty crud just sits in the sump, and the little brass filter is like about 1/2 inch or so off the bottom of the sump, so it doesn't draw in the nasty stuff. So we use the old paraffin gun. This is an invaluable tool, and we've given it a good old clean out. I'll show you what came out. It was pretty unpleasant. We had quite a bit of good stuff in the sump. So we managed to catch all that. Always dispose of your nasty oils and contaminants in a green way. I've caught all mine in a tray, so I'll take that down the dump. You don't want to be like putting that stuff down into the drains. It's pretty nasty stuff, and a small amount of oil can contaminate a lot of waterways, and we already know our rivers and streams and lakes are already contaminated with sewage and goodness knows what else, so we don't want to add to that. So always dispose of the dirty old oil and stuff in a environmentally friendly way, and responsible. Always be responsible. That's the best you can do, isn't it? I know the governments aren't very responsible, but doesn't mean we can't be. Anyway, there we go. Look, so I'm gonna give it a coat of green paint. Hopefully I might start that today, and then we can start putting it back together, can't we? Well, I've got to do the cylinder head. But there we go, that's a bit of an update for you. Oh, by the way, hi Joseph over in Malta. Joseph is a bit of a YouTube legend with his stationary engine collection. He's got so much knowledge and so many engines. He's a great guy, old Joseph. He came over to England a few years ago, and he came to my house and had a look at some of my engines. So Joseph, I hope you're well, and yeah, I look forward to seeing this engine finished. Over and out for now. Bye folks.